everybody, my name is Frisk Simon. I am the creator of Kotone Utao, who is my Utaloid who you can see here on the screen. Today I'll be teaching you how to make your very own Utaloid. I'll be teaching you the basics of recording an Oremo, how to put it in More Sampler to Utau. I'll be teaching you how to fix that Utau and how to import it into Utau. Now, I will be teaching you how to use a VCV voice bank. No other type of voice bank because I made mine VCV, so I don't know the others. However, there are other in-depth tutorials out there about other types of voice banks, so you should go look into it. I will link all of my resources in the comments because YouTube doesn't allow me to put things in the description, specifically links. And let's get started. Alright, now we're in Oremo. As you can see here, I have everything downloaded, but I'll show you how to do that. First, you're going to need a rec list, specifically a VCV rec list. I have mine in Romaji. That's the one I've linked in the comments. However, you can have yours in Hiragana if you can read it. There are guides out there how to read it and stuff, but I prefer to have mine in Romaji. The first thing you need to do once you have your rec list is go to File and load Voice List. I know you can't see this, but I'm just telling you. And then you have to choose your Romaji voice list, and then it'll appear right here and over here. The next thing you want to do is make sure this recording folder is set to where you want to save all your recordings, because if it's not saved to the right place, you're going to have to go find it, and it's going to be hard to put into More Sampler, and it's just a whole mess. So make sure it's being put into the correct folder. Make a folder for it. Mine is called Utau, so right here it says Utau. Alright, now you're going to go to Option, Recording Style Settings, and make sure when R is pressed, play the guide music once and record automatically is checked off, because you want that checked off. It's the easiest way to do things. It's the best way to do things, at least in my opinion. And for the guide music file, the one that comes in default is fine. It works perfectly for VCV, so that one's fine. So yeah, now you're gonna start recording. You read this in one singular line, no breaks. If it's dashes, it's no breaks. I'll make a Google Sheet and link it in the comments of how to pronounce things and like what do the dashes or the apostrophes mean. Stuff like that. So I will now demonstrate. Now you want that line to be, this line right here, to be as straight as possible, because the more consistent it is, the better your voice bank will sound. Now, if you have no experience in singing, especially choir music, it's not going to be as easy, but you can still do it. I believe in you. It's still anything you can do. It's something doable for anyone. So, yeah, that is Oremo, and then you're good to go. Alright, I can't show you this part because it's in your files, but we're in Fire Alpaca, so I can demonstrate through Fire Alpaca. So what you're going to do next is More Sampler. Here you're going to have your window open with More Sampler. So, for example, More Sampler is right here. Now you're going to have another window open with your folder with your recordings in it. For example, mine would be Utau, open over here. So what you're going to do is drag and drop this folder over into More Sampler. And then once you do that, it's going to give you some prompts. One of them, the most important one, is going to be, it's going to give you 1, hiragana, 2, Japanese romaji, I always pronounce it wrong, and 3, English. What you're going to want to do is where it says input, or whatever it says, I don't remember, type in 2. If you type anything else, it's not going to work. It's going to go through, but it's not going to work correctly. It'll give you a few more prompts, like, do you want to rename the duplicate files? And click Y or N to select yes or no. And it should go through, and then at the very end it'll say press any key to continue. Just press any key to continue, and then you're through More Sampler. You are going to have to fix your More Sampler files in Utau, but I'll teach you how to do that when we get to the Utau section. So that's a simple way to do More Sampler. Okay, so you're in the final step, Utau. First things first, import your file, your Utaloid, into Utau. So what you're going to do is you're going to go here to Tools, and if you're in the Japanese version of Utau, and you can't read Japanese, that'll be your 7th tab. It has a T next to it. It always has a T next to it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click on it and go down to Option, which has an O next to it. And then you're going to go to the 3rd tab, Bank Registry, and you're going to put the name of your bank that'll be in the Utau. And then location, you're going to select the location of your very first on the list, voice file. And that should work. So you're going to click Add and then click OK. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to open your UST. So you're going to go to File, second click Open. It has an O next to it. And you're going to click on your UST. And then, ta-da, it's open. So your Utaloid cannot sing yet, because you might see some prompts pop up that's like, oh, so-and-so is not configured. We're going to configure it right now. So go to Tools, top one, Voice Bank Settings. It has an S next to it. And you're going to see that you'll have on the very far left all your recordings, all the words for your recordings, and for all the columns on the right, there's nothing. There's nothing at all. We're going to fix that. So you're going to go to File, which is the top right tab, and you're going to go Open Configuration, which has an O next to it. It's the first click. And then you're going to open your auto.ini file that you got from More Sampler. And then, once you open that, you should have a bunch of stuff next to the name. The one thing we'll be focusing is on the alias, because the alias is what Utau reads. So, you should see they have aliases. However, a lot of them are wrong. That's just a thing that More Sampler does. You always have to fix it if you use More Sampler, but it's easier than using setparam because there are hundreds, well, like 200 voice files you have to make in setparam, so it's easier to do it in More Sampler and just fix it. Now what you're going to do is you're going to click on the one that looks weird. For example, if it has numbers next to it, you want to fix that. Now, how do you know how to fix it? Well, you're going to go to your right and click Launch Editor, and you're going to double click the P button. And then whatever you hear, for example, right now I'm doing one, you can't see it, that's in, but it has I space N 17. I just delete the 17 and then press set, and then we're good. You're going to want to do this with every single one that doesn't look right. Now, if it's only one letter, or if it's just a consonant or just a consonant and a vowel, it's going to have a dash and a space next to it, because that's how it replaces the vowel. And for everything, for the first letter, you want a space after it and then the other two letters, because that's how it's formatted. So that's how you do that. Click OK. Always click OK, otherwise you're going to lose that progress. And now that you've done that, hopefully your UST is in Romaji if you're using a Romaji voice bank, or Hiragana if you're using a Hiragana voice bank. However, if it's not, I'm going to make a video about how to convert it with Iro. But for now, since mine is like this, I'm going to click Control A to select all and then press space. It's going to give you a little loading bar. It takes long or short depending how long the thing is. 流れてく時の中ででも蹴れるさが、ほらくるくる回って私から離れる心も見えないわ、そう知らない。And ta-da! It is done! You have your Utaloid now. Congratulations! Make sure to save. So go to File, and which is the first one, and go to the third click with an S next to it. That's save. And ta-da! Congratulations! You've done it! I'm so proud of you. I'll make another video with how to add in a picture and description for your Utaloid if you're planning on distributing it. And I will make that video about Iro, and then you're good to go. So thank you for joining me. Have a lovely day. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments, and I will try my best to help you. So thank you. Bye bye.